My past excursions have been accompanied with not only great, but okay, and sometimes downright miserable sleeping conditions. I have utilized everything from a hammock to a tent, a camper to a hotel room, and everything in between in an effort to try and comfort the beast that is exploration. It is easy to see why so many people are choosing to go with truck bed conversions or van life. From the ease of parking virtually anywhere to conveniences that in some cases mirror hotel rooms in luxury. With popular recreationalists constantly looking to push the envelope for new and more modular sleeping accommodations, it's easy to see why there are thousands of videos out there showing different vehicle types being outfitted to sleep in comfortably and safely. While I would like to have a van, there is just no way I am purchasing a vehicle right now. My car is a 2010 Toyota Tundra, which my family and myself use for everything from hauling to four-wheeling, road trips, work, and camping. What I need is a modular space within my existing vehicle, something that can be used for both sleeping, tool transportation, and storage. This project will need to be priced at under $100 and something I can accomplish myself within a weekend. I had some old lumber sitting around and decided this weekend was the time to outfit my truck with sleeping arrangements fit for a king. Let's do this. All right. Chee! Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? Happy Sunday, coming from beautiful sunny Denver, Colorado. I wanted to bring you all along for a build video today. What we're going to be doing is taking this beautiful 2010 Toyota Tundra SR5. We're going to turn this double cab into a nice sleeping arrangement. So during the ski season, I can go get my ski bum on, and I can maybe use it for camping too. It's also going to be excellent for tool storage back here. And so, basically what we have here, this is not the full double cab, this is the extended cab, the SR5. So we get about 3 feet once we've taken out the back seats, and we get 60 inches plus the other direction, so about 5 feet plus. So full disclosure, this build video will not work for you if you like to sleep long and tall, because 60 inches isn't going to cut it. For me, I sleep on my side and I tuck my legs, so it's going to work perfect for the way that I sleep. And I don't see too many videos out there seeing people do this. Obviously it's a small cab. Most people build out the backs of their truck, but I don't have a shell, so I can't do that. So I'm going to make the best of what I got here, and I'm pretty excited. Thought I'd bring you guys along for this build video. I'll show you how it's done. Gee, let's get to this. To start off this project, we would first need to remove the rear seats. By removing these, I will be gaining precious additional cabin space. To remove the rear seats on a Toyota Tundra SR5, simply remove the 14mm bolts along the floor and wall that hold it into place. Something I highly recommend that I did not do is to separate the seats from each other before removing them. This just makes the process way easier and you're not liable to bend the lower seat frames. All right, the truck cab is looking super clean. Everything is emptied out. The only seat belts left are these on the side. I'm not gonna mess with those. Now we're gonna determine how tall I want my bed frame and where it can go. So to determine that, I want to be able to fit my toolbox back here that normally exists with all my have to have items like jumper cables and all my metric tools. So that can't go anywhere. That's going to have to go right here. And then from there I can determine the height of my bed frame. Let's get to it. One of the benefits of being a carpenter is you get to score free material. Cool. So the best way to get lots of cuts going, I need 35-inch cuts of this flooring material. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 10 pieces. Instead of measuring them all out, what you want to do is just take your chop saw stand here and set it up to 35 inches on your stopper. Right there, I've got the blade dropped, so I know the distance between the blade and the stopper is exactly 35 inches, baby. What we are doing here is taking some old flooring material that I had laying around and turning it into planks for our box spring. In order to do this, I first need to cut each piece to 35 inches, then rip off the tongue and groove from each edge. I then notched out a 2x4 to the thickness of the flooring material I used, which in this case was a 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch notch. Because we are using mostly repurposed material on this build, my frame pieces would require a little additional love. All right, we got the frame for our first box ready to go. Took a little longer than I expected, but that's because I'm using scrap lumber and I just wanted to sand it down and make it real nice. So when I'm lifting this, I'm not getting splinters and it feels nice and smooth to the touch. So to do this, we got these nice construction screws. Check the length. Those are going to be perfect. But we're going to need to pre-drill these so we don't split our ends. We go about 3/4 in. For each screw to adhere correctly and each hole to be finely finished, we have 3 drill bits set up. The first drill is fitted with a countersink bit, the second an 1/8 inch drill bit, and the third has our screw bit, which for this job is a Torx star bit, typically used in decking and cabinet applications. To ensure you never have a split board, I always recommend to use this method of screw installation. Right, so our first lid is started here. This thing's looking beautiful. Once I get all these pieces in, I'm going to take my router, make sure that there's no sharp edges anywhere on this, and it should turn out really nice. We're going to keep putting these in and build another one afterwards. 3/4 in and angle it back towards that 2x4 like that. All right, my box spring is done. These are gonna lift up like that so you can access underneath. Now, I bust out my router and we're gonna clean it up. Alright, well, we've gone pretty far in our project today. We got our top of our frame done. We're just gonna get something for it to sit on in there tomorrow so I can easily lift these up and down like that when I need access underneath. Just flip my mattress onto that side and then I can lift this, get in there as I want. In the future, maybe I'll do some pull-out drawers or something, but for now, this is gonna do. Alright, it's getting a little dark. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Freaking stoked on this project. This is gonna be awesome. Good morning, everybody. For day number 2 of the truck bed build on the 2010 SR5 Toyota. As you can see, we've got our beautiful top frames here. Today we're gonna be building our bottom frame. We're gonna make it so that these can be lifted up easily, hopefully with some hydraulics that I have left over in my shed. And all I need now is a frame that's gonna go underneath, that's gonna be nice and sturdy, but also light. So, what we got is a couple pieces of lumber from the depot this morning. Let's check it out. So what we're gonna be doing, this is gonna be our front frame, where the truck's a little deeper, the floor is scooped out. So I'm gonna have to shake that to the bottom of the floor. And then this is gonna be the rear frame there. And we're gonna do something a little more sturdy in between them to attach our hinges to. So something along the lines of a 2x6 or something like that. So I'm gonna start shaping this. We're gonna get this in the truck and we're gonna start marking out where the floor is. So first thing I gotta do is get the truck pulled in here where it's nice and level, and that'll allow me to get correct markings. Let's get to it. All right, so we gotta figure out how wide we can make our first frame piece. I know from my previous measurements, about 62. We're gonna go 60 even. 60 is good all the way. We know that 60 is our length. We're gonna go chop that, bring it in here, and then we'll be able to scribe along here over this hump how we want to shape it. And we're gonna drop that piece in first, and then we're gonna work our way back from there to make our piece back here. Beautiful piece of framing here. I went to Home Depot this morning to grab a couple pieces of material. Originally I wanted to go with 2x8, but when I started picking those pieces up, it was evident I didn't want that much weight back here. And I make a plenty sturdy frame out of something like this. I think we're gonna just kind of center this here. Now we're going to measure up from here. 2 3/8. 2 3/8 looks good. So that's going to be our cutout. We're going to mark where it starts to descend. And we're going to mark where we want the cutout to be done. That should be beautiful. We got our one piece there. And this piece is going to go in the back. Hopefully. Like that. I like to see something close to level would be pretty hip. Whoo-wee, that is close. But this does need to go down. If we take a 1/4 inch, rip a 1/4 inch off this piece, it should be like perfect.
To create the box spring frame, I will connect the 1x10 and the 1x8 in the center with several 2x6 pieces. 2 of these boards will need to be notched out for the floor of the truck. I will show you in a moment how these boards will be further braced to strengthen the construction of this box.
And now we've got some 3.5 inch construction screws we're going to be using. Those should go nicely. I am going to countersink them.
It's a little difficult to tell what's actually going on in this picture, but I'll do my best to try and explain. I have 3 2x6 frame pieces running across the center. The middle piece will be flush with the top of the box. However, the 2 pieces on either side of that are being held down 1.5 inches or the width of a 2x4 for bracing. I will show you the bracing being installed momentarily. And here you can see my 45-degree braces easily being installed within the 1.5 inch space left in the offset framing. Alright, good morning everybody. Well, last night we finished the do-it-yourself at-home truck bed conversion kit for the cab of your truck. I want to take you guys inside, show you some of the features, sort of the size, and what I like about it and what I don't like about it. We're going to take you inside with the GoPro. So this is what it's looking like from here, and I probably could have made it 1 inch smaller on each side just to make getting it in and out easier, but it did go in. Obviously it's in here, and then as you can see, this lifts up nicely. I had these leftover hydraulics from my camper, and they are not quite strong enough. So one thing I don't like about it is that this does not stay up. So that's one thing I don't like. I'm gonna have to get some stronger hydraulics. I want these to stay up. I did go through and router all the edges, so I got nice, smooth, round edges everywhere. And basically my theory is when you want to bring these up, you'll just take the bedding, fold it over onto that side, or just lift it and bend the bedding. So with some stronger hydraulics, these should come right up. One thing I don't like is that it's rubbing on my seat. However, I got seat covers, so it'll wear down through those. What I do like is I didn't expect it to be so roomy back here, honestly. I thought it was gonna be a little cramped, but once I took out these rear seats, this really opened up and it's quite nice. So we're gonna crawl inside and I'll show you what we're dealing with inside. So we got the door shut, we're chilling here. And this is my sleeping position, and as you can see, my legs will definitely be bent. And like I said in the beginning of this video, if you need to sleep with your straight legs, this arrangement isn't going to work for you. However, I discovered I can actually straighten my legs if I go corner to corner. And I can also drop this seat forward when I'm sleeping, so do that and push it forward, and all of a sudden now when I'm sleeping, if I wanted to, I could hang my legs off, but that's not really the point. I sleep on my side and this is going to be perfect. So my head is almost touching. I'm 6'2", and that means when I have my mattress in here, I probably won't be able to sit all the way up.
But yeah, that's it. Do-it-yourself project. Total expense on my end was $90. That included this piece of 1x and this piece of 1x. I had all this other material laying around, and then I did purchase a smoke detector and a CO2 detector that I'm gonna mount probably on this back wall somewhere. That's gonna be really good for if I ever want to run a heater in here. Just to be safe, any situation that you're setting up for living, you have to at least have a CO2 detector in there. I also got a fire extinguisher, so we'll have that inside here. And other than that, we're pretty much done. I'm gonna get myself a mattress going, see how cozy we can make this. I got the truck in winter spec. Put this cover on here so I can keep all my ski gear in the back. I got rid of my moto gate and put my tailgate back on, so that can be sealed up, locked up, and it's pretty much perfect. All right, so we're trying to get this thing so it'll stay up, and I created these nice rods which I had installed here, and as you opened it up they would just drop into place, and that was really nice because it held it up and they were pretty easy to use. However, it kind of messed with this whole storage area in here, because when you close it, this needed to fold in there and it needed to be able to move freely in there. That is not going to work for me. So we're taking that thing out, tossing it in the garbage. I came up with another solution. I basically got an extra tie-down strap over here, flops down like that. Then when I want to use it, if I'm not holding a camera, I'll just latch it on there, and that'll work perfect. And that way I can stuff this storage just absolutely as full as I want it. All right, she's all done. We're gonna start packing it up. Got my air compressor here, spare air compressor. These things from Harbor Freight tend to go out on me, so I like to have an extra one. Some winter gear, got my jack, got all my tools, and we're gonna put my mobile tool set in there. We're gonna get a heater in here, and you know, hatchet, machete, all that stuff, toe strap. Everything's gonna fit in here beautifully. And now that I got this, it's just gonna make it that much easier when I want to be unloading and loading, or whenever I need to get clothing from the other side. Sweet. We also got some toys here. Is our carbon monoxide detector, smoke detector, and a fire extinguisher. Gotta have those if you're gonna be sleeping in it. Sweet. Get this thing packed up and ready to go. Ow.